2 Kings 10. Ahab had 70 sons living in Samaria. Reminds me of Gideon. Gideon had 70 sons. Like, were all of these Jezebel's sons? I'm thinking not. I'm thinking they're probably not all Jezebel's sons. That would be unlikely. So Jehu wrote letters and sent them to Samaria to the leading officials of Jezreel and to the guardians of Ahab's dynasty. This is what the letter said. You have with you the son of your master, chariots and horses, a fortified city and weapons. So when this letter arrives, pick the best and most capable of your master's sons. Place him on his father's throne and defend your master's dynasty. So he is sending a letter out to 70 sons who are all being overseen by someone. And it's like, hey, when you find this out, you need to claim the throne. You need to claim the throne. They were absolutely terrified and said, look, 2 kings could not stop him. How can we? So the palace supervisor, the city commissioner, the leaders, and the guardians sent the message to Jehu. We are your subjects. Whatever you say, we will do. We will not make anyone king. Do what you consider proper. So, like, here's the ones who are ordered by the king to care for his kids. This guy's defeated both our king and the neighboring king. Yeah, we ain't going to stop him, so we're not going to do anything. We're going to defect. He wrote them a second letter. If you are really on my side and are willing to obey me, then take the heads of your master's son and come to me in Jezreel at this time tomorrow. So if you're really on my side, well, then kill the son that you're supposed to be protecting. Now the king had 70 sons, and the prominent men of the city were raising them. When they received the letter, they seized the king's son and executed all 70 of them. They put their heads in a basket and sent them to him in Jezreel. The messenger came and told Jehu, they have brought the heads of the king's son. Jehu said, stack them in 2 piles at the entrance of the city gate until morning. In the morning he went out and stood there. Then he said to all the people, you are innocent. I conspired against my master and killed him. But who struck down all these men? Therefore take note that no one of the Lord's words which he pronounced against Ahab's dynasty will fail to materialize. So the fascinating thing about Jehu is he continues to proclaim the Lord's messages. The Lord said this. It was fulfilled. Like, Jehu is in Israel. He's not going to be a good king. He's not following after God. However, he keeps pronouncing that the things that Elijah has declared have come true. The Lord has done what he announced through his servant Elijah. Then Jehu killed all who were left of Ahab's family in Jezreel and all his noble close friend and priest. He left no survivors. Now, his nobles, close friends, I wonder if those might have been connected to the 70 who just killed the 70 that they were supposed to be protecting. Jehu then left there and set out for Samaria. While he was traveling through Beth-Eked of the shepherds, Jehu encountered the relatives of King Ahaziah of Judah. He asked, who are you? They replied, we are Ahaziah's relatives. We have come down to see how the king's son and the queen's mother's sons are doing. He said, capture them alive. So they captured them alive and then executed all of them by the cistern of Beth-Eked. He left no survivors. So capture them alive. We're going to execute them. Why not just kill them? But we're going over by the cistern to do this work. When he left there, he met Jehonadab, son of Rechab, who had been looking for him. Jehu greeted him and asked, are you as committed to me as I am to you? Jehonadab answered, I am. Jehu replied, if so, give me your hand. So he offered his hand to Jehu, and Jehu pulled him up into the chariot. Jehu said, "Come with me and see how zealous I am for the Lord's cause." Okay, this is interesting. He is saying he is for the Lord's cause. Let's see if there's something in the footnote there. Zealous, my zeal for the Lord. Okay. So he took him along in his chariot. He went to Samaria and killed each of Ahab's remaining family members who were in Samaria until he destroyed them, in keeping with the Lord's message which he had pronounced to Elijah. Jehu assembled all the people and said to them, "Ahab worship Baal a little. Jehu will worship him with great devotion." He's just done all of these things and has declared the God has said these things. He is declaring who God is. Elijah has made these pronouncements. But now, after destroying Ahab, who the reason you're destroying Ahab is because of his Baal worship. And he's like, I worship Baal only a little. I will worship him even more. Like, dude, seriously. How? You just carried out the Lord's message because Ahab worshiped Baal, and now you're going to double down on worshiping Baal. Like, you were the one proclaiming it. Why are you now going? Come on, man. So now bring to me all the prophets of Baal, as well as all his servants and priests. None of them must be absent, for I am offering a great sacrifice to Baal. Any of them who fails to appear will lose his life. But Jehu was tricking them so that he could destroy the servants of Baal. See what he's doing there? So he's leading us. He is like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be better. It's going to be great. He is plotting and doing God's will. Then Jehu ordered them, make arrangements for a celebration for Baal. So they announced it. Jehu sent invitations throughout Israel, and all the servants of Baal came. No one was absent. They arrived at the temple of Baal and filled it from end to end. Jehu ordered the one who was in charge of his wardrobe, bring out the robes for all the servants of Baal. So he brought out the robes for them. Then Jehu and Jehonadab, son of Rechab, went to the temple of Baal. Jehu said to the servants of Baal, make sure that there are no servants of the Lord here with you. There must be only servants of Baal. They went inside and offered sacrifices and burnt offerings. Now Jehu had stationed 80 men outside and told them, if if any of the men inside gets away, you will pay with your lives. So he's having a party for Baal. He's bringing everybody who worships Baal. He is bringing in all of the prophets, and he stationed soldiers to keep them from being able to escape. When he finished offering the burnt sacrifices, Jehu ordered the royal guard and officers, come in and strike them down. Don't let any escape. So the royal guard and the officers struck them down with the sword and left their bodies laying there. Then they entered the inner sanctuary of the temple of Baal. They hauled out the sacred pillar of the temple of Baal and burned it. They demolished the sacred pillars of Baal and the temple of Baal. It is used as a latrine to this very day. So Jehu eradicated Baal worship from Israel. However, Jehu did repudiate the sins that Jeroboam, son of did not repudiate the sins that Jeroboam, son of Nebat, had encouraged Israel to commit. The golden calves remained in Bethel and Dan. The Lord said to Jehu, you have done well. You have accomplished my will and carried out my wishes with regards to Ahab's dynasty. Therefore, 4 generations of your descendants will rule over Israel. But Jehu did not carefully and wholeheartedly obey the law of the Lord God of Israel. He did not repudiate the sins which Jeroboam had encouraged Israel to commit. So Jehu is successful in carrying out God's plan for destruction of Ahab. So he's going to get 4 generations over the Israel. And the last one is going to be like really, really short. So it'll be Jehoaz, Jehoash, Jeroboam the second, which is a bad thing. If you are naming your kid Jeroboam, and Jeroboam is the sin who, and then we have Zechariah. Okay. In those days, the Lord began to reduce the size of Israel's territory. Hazael attacked the eastern border. He conquered all the land of Gilead, including the territory of Gad, Reuben, and Manasseh, extending all the way from the Aror to the Arnon Valley through Gilead to Bashan. So now, since Ahab is done, we're reducing the territory. God is taking it away. Why? Because they're not keeping the covenant with him. The rest of the events of Jehu's reign, including all of his accomplishments and his successes, are recorded in the scroll called the Annals of the Kings of Israel. Jehu passed away and was buried in Samaria. His son Jehoaz replaced him as king. Jehu reigned over Israel for 28 years in Samaria. All right, so we have the same formula. We get to the end. We got a couple of stories of something significant that they did. We're not telling you everything they did. You can go read the court records if that's what you're looking for. What we have are spiritual stories of the people that are either not following God and following others, or do something to fulfill a part of God's plan.